In this video, I'll be showing you how to fill out the education section on the UCAS application form. So click Education on the left. Now the first thing you need to do is add a school or centre in which you received GCSEs or GCSE equivalent qualifications. So click Add New School/College here, and then click Find next to school/college name, and search for the school that you attended and in which you received GCSEs or BTECs. So find whatever the name of your school is. It will have the address of the school so you can check that it's the right one. Click it and it should automatically fill in your exam centre number. You also need to specify when you started and also when you finished. Select whether you attended full-time or part-time and specify that you received qualifications from this centre. Then when you click Save, you'll be returned back to the main education section, and there'll be an Add Qualifications button underneath the education centre you just added. So let's say that I did my GCSEs at this education, at this school. Click Add Qualifications, and I'd want to add my GCSEs. So I can search for GCSE, and there'll be various different types of qualification that come up, as there are a range of different types of GCSEs. So you have IGCSEs, Applied GCSEs, International GCSEs. Most students will have done the conventional GCSEs, the ones specified here, but some of you may have still been on the A star to G grading system, so use whichever one applies to you. So what you do is select the qualification type, then it will provide an information screen for you to enter the details of the GCSE onto. Specify the type, the subject in which the GCSE is in, state the date in which you received the GCSE, specify the examination board and your grade. You don't need to fill out the module section here at all, you can just leave it as is here. So then you can click Save. Now if you want to add more GCSEs, you can click Add GCSE grade 9 to 1 there, and it will carry on adding GCSEs or of the same qualification type. If you need to add something, a qualification that isn't a GCSE, so let's say a BTEC, you can click Add Qualifications again, search for BTEC, and there'll be a range of different types of qualification. Find the one that's relevant to you, let's say a BTEC award, and do the exact same, albeit with the different subjects that are available here. So let's just enter in a random set of information. Again, you won't need to fill out the module or unit section. And then you can click Save. One thing that you should do is enter every GCSE or BTEC qualification that you received accurately as possible. That means if you received 3 science GCSEs because you did triple science, enter them as 3 separate GCSEs. If you did double science, a lot of students tend to make mistakes here, and it's one of the main reasons for why we have to return your forms for you to make corrections. If you did double science, go to Add Qualifications, search for GCSE, and then scroll down to this part of the list here, GCSE Double Award, 9 to 9 to 1 to 1, or A star to A star to G, depending on whether you are on one or the other grade scales. So click on that, then Combined Science will be an option. Then you select the date in which you received it, the examination board, and then there'll be a selection of different combinations for grades that you can enter. So don't enter double sciences, 2 separate GCSEs, but if you did triple science or single science, then enter them as separate GCSEs. So let's say these were all the GCSEs and BTECs I received. I can now add the education centre where I received or will receive my A-levels. So same as before, this time we just search for another school. It will automatically fill in as before, and then obviously the dates are different for this one. And then select yes, because you will receive qualifications in the future. When you click Save here, it will come up with a warning telling you that because the finish date for this school is in the future, this should be the college or school that you're currently attending. Click Save again, and it will save. And now there'll be a second Add Qualifications button underneath the new school that you've entered. So click Add Qualifications. Then GCE Advanced level here is the official name of the A levels. So use this one if you're going to record an A level. And exactly the same as GCSEs, you just select the subject, select the date by which you will receive the qualification, select the examination board, and the grade for any qualification that you have not yet received but will be receiving in the near future should be put as pending. You don't put in a predicted grade or a grade you think you'll get, you just put it as pending. Predicted grades are entered by your college separately, and it's not something that you will need to handle yourself. So again, you don't need to enter module or unit information. You can just click save, and it will store the listing there. If you're adding an extended project qualification, you'll want to click this button here, extended project, and then you can just enter either the title of your extended project if it fits, because there's a character limit on the title. But if it doesn't fit and it's too long, just provide a brief summary of the content. So an analysis of the death penalty, let's say. And then again, select the date by which you expect to receive your qualification. With EPQ, this isn't when you finish the work, it's still going to be the results date that you want to specify. And then again, pending, and click save. If you're completing a Cambridge National at the college, there will be, if you search for Cambridge Nationals, there'll be various options that come up, and you'll just need to find the right one for your course. Additionally, if you're doing a BTEC qualification, when you if you're let's say you're doing an extended certificate, you need to enter your information. Let's just go for that one, and qualification date, same as before. Pending again, and then module information does need to be entered. So if you're doing something like the BTEC course that's offered, the BTEC business course that's offered, you do need to enter the different modules that you're completing. So I don't know, bridges, let's go for that. And again, select the same qualification date as before. And then here, if you have received a grade for any specific modules, you can put it. But if you've not yet received the grade but will be doing the module in the future, enter the module in and put pending, just as you did for the main course entry. And you can add another module and something else. Let's say pending for that one. So then when you click save, oh, I've made an error. Oh, that doesn't make sense yet. So if it's a qualification, that you've not a qualification. If it's a module that you've already completed and therefore have a grade for, you need to put the date at which you did the module in. Okay. So now it will come up here. Extended projects entered there. An A level's entered here. The BTEC extended certificate I've entered is here, and it specifies that I've entered 2 modules in. So you do need to enter all modules that you will be doing, even if you've not yet completed them. If you are a BTEC student and once you've entered your BTEC, there'll be an option for a BTEC registration number at the bottom. You also need to fill this one out. If you don't know what your BTEC registration number is, contact your teacher and they'll be happy to let you know what it is. And then you should be good to go. So I'll just put some placeholder number in. And then once you've added all of your qualifications in, that's perfectly fine. Make sure all of your GCSEs are entered and all GCSE equivalents, and also all of your qualifications that you're doing at sixth form level as well. Now at the bottom, the last thing to change is whether you have, you need to state the highest level of qualification you expect to have before you start your course. So an honours degree level or above qualifications is just effectively a degree or equivalent. So if you're all applying for your first degree, it won't be this option. If you have no qualifications, you'd obviously specify that. But if you have GCSEs, or you expect to have A levels, or you expect to have a BTEC or a Cambridge National, then below honours degree level qualifications is the answer that you want. And you tick section completed and click save. And then the little tick will appear, and that lets you know that you've saved it and completed the section. It is really important that the information you provide on this section is completely accurate. Any grades you enter need to be exactly correct, and also you need to make sure that any grades you haven't yet received are specified as pending. This isn't the place to be putting predicted grades or projected grades. If you haven't received the grade yet, it has to be specified as pending, and then any predicted grades will be provided for by the college.